Mose, Stay Late Dive Live. We ride for respect, man. Broadcasting live from Bakersfield, California. Tune in and tell a friend, man. Tune in and tell a friend, man. What y'all got going on for the day? It's Saturday. I believe the Steelers are playing the Texans today. Forgive me if I'm wrong. I think the Bears are playing Green Bay today. Could be wrong on that as well. But today we're going to talk about gang intervention. Intervention and prevention. I was speaking with my brother. Told y'all one of my loved ones recently got himself in a pickle, got incarcerated, and I had to attend court for emotional support, and could be facing a little slap on the wrist, man. But I wanted to talk about intervention and prevention. It's the topic of discussion because a lot of the gang interventionists don't really get, the thing about, oh God, what the fuck are you doing? Being a gang interventionist is, you won't get no reward for it. You know what I'm saying? You don't get a slap on the wrist, man. A lot of people think that a lot of these gang interventionists are working with the cops, but today I want to give my flowers to everybody out here who's trying to make a change, man, because we can sit up here and talk about them and demonize them and villainize them and say that they're working for the grid and this, that, and the third. I ain't gonna say no names, but some of them are, some of them aren't. We ain't doing nothing, man. We ain't busting a grape in Wasco, man. I'm just sitting up here making a video, man. But I have put boots on the ground. I don't want to talk about things that I do, man. I just want to show and prove, man, and be a beacon of light for the people who are still walking in the dark, man. Because if you gang banging, you for sure walking in the darkness, man. You for sure being misled, man. So for those people who stand up and had the courage, who were former gang members, to sit down with rival gangs, man, I take my hat off to y'all, man. I don't care if people say that y'all in the grid program. I don't care about none of that. And I'm gonna tell you why. It's because I ain't never really liked the cops. I don't care what the cops like. And my homeboy Sneak on the Beat, man. Shout out Sneak on the Beat, man, from Missouri. No, excuse me, St. Louis. I ain't never really liked the cops. I don't care what the cops like. I'm not advocating for police. Don't get it twisted or misconstrued, man. But, however, we wouldn't even need to be speaking about police intervening in our dealings if we couldn't hash out or solve our own issues as a whole, as a group, as a collective, as a community. It's gotten so bad to where, brothers don't want to even sit in the same room with one another. What's up with it, man? Top of the morning to you. It's gotten to a point to where brothers can't even sit in the same room with one another and have a discussion. So I take my hat off and I commend all the gang interventionists, man, and I hope that they're making a difference, man. I hope they pounding the pavement, and I hope that they make a difference with their dealings and the things that they're working towards, because I know a lot of them get criticized, man, and I said I wasn't gonna say no names, but I am, man. Skip Townsend, I don't know if he's working for the grid program. I'm not sure of how the grid program works. I'm not really privy to that. A lot of people say that it's police work, but what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do as a people? If you watching this, you know what I'm saying, what are you gonna do in your community? Besides talk about Skip Townsend, at least he trying, man. You know what I'm saying? Anything beat a blank, man. We gotta try first, man. I don't know as far as people working with the police or none of that, man. But I commend everybody for standing on business, man, standing on principle, man, and trying to stop our babies from getting hurt and gunned down and unalived in these streets, man. That's what it's all about, man. But as far as everything else is doing, man, y'all just spitting in the wind, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all need to get on side of that brother, man, and see what he needs. You know, ask him what he needs, man. Hey, man, what can I do to help, man? What can I? Everybody can get involved, man, and it could be a group thing. I was watching Sporty Loc live, right? Excuse me, Sporty Faces live the other day, man. He had a powerful message last night, man. Shout out to that brother Sporty Face for his message, man. I don't care about what y'all think about him and all the antics, man. Like 16 to Life said, y'all get too wrapped up and emotionalized in the content, man. You know, these people is making money, man. And shout out to 16. I'm gonna do a video about my boy 16 to Life today as well. That brother made $6,000 last month. He don't give a damn what y'all got to say about him. But anywho, back to Sporty Face. He was talking about one of his honored and decorated homeboys who was unalived due to this senseless gangbanging stuff, right? And the same people who was at the funeral fresh to death, you know what I'm saying? Drop dead, casket fresh. They couldn't put $5 up for the GoFundMe to get this man buried, but they all gang and Brody this and Brody that while he alive, and that's my twin, you know. But when he get ready to pass on, when he was transitioning, nobody could come together and contribute to him being buried. But everybody in the front row at the funeral, they going to the funeral to see if they can crack him a bitch or see if they can have the freshest outfit. Everybody dapping up and shaking hands and kicking cans together, man. But when it's time for somebody to get put down, a decorated, honored member, you dig what I'm saying? Ain't nobody gonna look out for you, man. You could put in all the work on the street. This is what your big homies ain't gonna tell you, right? You could put in all the work. But when you get arrested, people gonna forget about you. They're gonna forget about all the work that you've done. You know, it's like you in a relationship with a woman, man, and you done took her out to eat every weekend. Y'all go out to eat. You buying her diamond rings. You know what I'm saying? You giving her back rubs. You running her bath water. You know, and the moment one day, you know, you don't have the funds to do so. You know, they turn their back on you. They walk out on you and leave you for somebody else. That's what the gang will do. They're gonna leave you for dead. They're gonna drag you out into the water, man. It's a dead-end relationship. Being in a gang is like being in a dead-end relationship, man. You put everything into it, you get nothing back. You spend all your life being dedicated to being a loser, being dedicated to hanging out in front of a liquor store, you know, and y'all want to clown people for going to work, you know, people for having a job, people for being a blue-collar brother, being a blue-collar sister. They putting all of this work into this job so later on they can have a pension, they can retire from this. You know what I'm saying? One day they may be able to afford themselves a house. They may be afforded the opportunity to retire and live the rest of their life in peace, man. Like Bobby said, before they have to rest in it. So why you dedicating your life to standing in front of a liquor store, running around playing laser tag with pistols, hurting people? You know what I'm saying? When you could have just took all them 10, 15 years that you probably gonna end up spending in prison or in a wheelchair, you could have took that time and invested it into a craft, into, you know, it takes 10,000 hours to be a professional at any profession, right? That's 5 years. Hours divided by the work week. You could have took that 10,000 hours, man, and became an electrician, became a plumber. You know what I'm saying? Became a carpenter, went to law school, man, passed the bar. But you taking all of this time to plunder and destroy your own community where you live at. You know, people scared inside because y'all standing on the corner. Y'all at these strip malls now. Your community then got torn from, you know, back in the 90s, we tore our communities apart. And now in LA, they forced to be standing in front of strip malls. You know, people they don't even have a community pretty much in Los Angeles anymore, man. You know. Horn man, by the way. Yeah, man, so it's just a PSA, man. I'm giving acknowledgement, man, and giving people their roses while they can still smell them. Shout out to everybody who is a gang interventionist. I know the heat, the flack, and the criticism that you face on a daily. And I just want to give y'all flowers while y'all can still smell them, man. Keep doing that work, man. Keep doing that work, man. Keep putting in that work. Keep showing up, man. You know what I'm saying? If you could save one kid life, man, that's what it is, man. I don't advocate for people working with the cops. I don't. But I will say this, like I said earlier, what we gonna do, because we can't hash this stuff out amongst ourselves. Some of it has been squashed, man. It is some works going on in LA. Shout out to the East Coast Crips and the Florencia 13 for squashing their beats, the East Coast Crips and the Kitchen Crips and the Broadways and all that. So shout out to all of that stuff that's been going on. But you know what I'm saying? Hey, man, this is your host, Most the Great. I gotta run, man. It's been fun. We out.